Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! Welcome to Indigenous Round. It's NRL Round 12. Thursday Night Football kicking off. Melbourne Storm, the under-the-pump Melbourne Storm, and the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. Oh, here we go. Here he is. He's here nice and early. We'll probably do this a couple of times throughout the course of the evening, I'm sure, but let's do one right now. Let's have a birthday drink for the birthday boy. A very happy 33rd birthday to Robert M., our stats man at the back. Cheers. Ah. 33, eh? What a majestic number. Heel Fries, ahoy. We're just wishing happy birthday to... Robert, the stats man in the back. Let's go again, because I want another drink, that's why. Oh. Wait. How much standing in the game does Kieran Foran have? I was just having this conversation in last weekend's streams. I was saying how we've got to keep our eye out for milestone games because the team that has the milestone player seems to get the rub of the green. But then, that being said, I can't see any way. I cannot see any possible way that Craig Bellamy allows the Storm to lose 3 in a row. I can't see any way that this happens. I don't care whose 250th game it is. I can't see Melbourne losing this game because if they do, then I think they may as well just not show up in the changing rooms after the game. They should all just go and tear their own contracts up so that they avoid the wrath of Craig Bellamy. Holy hell. Can you imagine? When was the last time that the Storm lost 3 in a row? This could be one for you, Rob. When was the last time the Storm lost 3 in a row? Has it ever happened? I dare say it certainly hasn't happened in the past, 5 to 7 years. Dear God. There we go. Okay, so the commentators on Fox Sports have just been saying, going for Melbourne because Melbourne don't lose 3 in a row. But to be fair, we said the same thing about 2 in a row last week, didn't we? We said the Storm, well, some of us did. Some of us said that. Some of us said the Storm don't lose 2 in a row. They did, of course, go on to lose that game. Unbelievably so. I've gone with the Storm tonight. I can't see them losing 3 in a row. I can't see Manly winning without Turbo. Let's not forget that. Tommy Turbo is out. Jahrome Hughes is back in. Actually, this is on the screen at the moment. Let's have a look at this. We've got ins, we've got outs. So, not only is Jahrome Hughes back. So the Storm, they've got their halfback, their playmaker, back in the squad. Big in. But Jaden Nikorima is in. Tom Eisenhuth is in. A big out is Harry Grant. So they're up a Jahrome Hughes, but they're now down a Harry Grant. Actually, who's replaced Harry Grant? Well, Brandon Smith moves to hooker. Okay, so that's all that happens. Brandon Smith moves to hooker, and somebody comes in to fill Brandon Smith's role. So that's not too bad. Who's the referee? That's always important as well. The referee is Adam G. Belinda Sharp and Wyatt Raymond are the touch judges, and Ashley Klein is the senior review official. Ashley Klein, hey? Well, there's going to be some interesting bunker calls tonight, put it that way. I think we can safely say that, if nothing else, God, Ashley Klein up there in the bunker, eh? For Manly, Tom Trbojevic is the big out, but Marty Tapau is out as well. So factoring in that's a pretty big out. Marty Tapau for the forwards, and Tom Trbojevic for the backs, of course. They're also missing Ethan Bullimore, whoever that is. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert. I'm not going to pretend to know who he is, but who cares? He's not playing tonight anyway. And for Manly, a whole bunch of people that I've never heard of coming into the team. Alec Tuatavake, Jorge Taufua, Ko Weeks, and Kurt D. Lewis. Yeah, so the SGM for tonight. Same game multi. 3 legs. Over 40.5 match points. I think this one's going to open up. Xavier Coates for 2+ tries. And Tui Pelotu, a try for Manly. Let's see if we can get it done. I'm probably going to regret choosing I think Manly will be held. I think Manly will be held relatively quiet. I feel like maybe a scoreline, 30 points to 12 or thereabouts, somewhere in that vicinity in favor of the Storm. So I'm really putting a lot of risk by going for any try scorers at all for Manly, but they just seem to lack direction when Tom Trbojevic is out. They just seem to lack direction on attack. Just having Trbojevic in the team creates so many opportunities outside him. I just don't know where those opportunities come from tonight. But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I hope for a close game. I hope it's not a massacre. I mean, I've just tipped the Storm. It's not like I really, really hope that they do a demolition job or anything like that. I am a little sick of being wrong this year. But by the same token, yeah, I couldn't particularly care less about the Melbourne Storm. Not one of my favourite teams by any stretch of the imagination. Byron Davidson, ahoy there, mate. Welcome along. Geez, we're running late, aren't we? This game's supposed to kick off at 7:50. It's now 7:51. Come on. Get with the program. They're still in the sheds. Is that the Melbourne Storm? It looks like Parramatta. I don't like that at all. Speaking of Parramatta, Sunday night going to be very interesting. Parramatta Eels, Canberra Raiders. I've decided who I'm going for, by the way. I've decided that I'm going to go for Parramatta. Yep, it is the battle of two teams that I really, really dislike. So I had to think about who I dislike more, and I've decided it's Ricky's Raiders. So I will be all in on Parramatta come Sunday night. And it's going to be very bizarre to see me cheering on Parramatta. It's going to be the weirdest thing. Because when I decide to cheer for a team, everybody that I've been taking the piss of all season is suddenly going to be legendary. And I'm talking about people like Gutherson. Queen Gutherina is suddenly going to be the king for the night. King Gutho for one night only. So I'm all in on the Eels against the Raiders Sunday night. Anyways, I can't believe it's now 2 minutes overdue and they're still in the changing sheds, giving each other hugs, getting ready to come out on the field. Come on, let's get going. Does anyone else think that Melbourne Storm uniform is like really Parramatta-ish? Or is it just me? So in the Wasted World of Sports NRL tipping contest, 12 have gone for the Storm. The rest went for the Eagles. Oh, God damn it. Don't say that, James. Oh, my eyes. Oh. Sorry, my eyes. My eyes can't handle seeing the thought that Gutherson might be in the Origin squad. My apologies. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? You're right, though. It could be a possibility because Freddie Fittler, I've been saying this to anyone who will listen, basically. I'm so concerned because Freddie Fittler has proven that his selection method revolves around loyalty. Loyalty, no matter how badly somebody may have gone in prior seasons. Gutherson was god-awful when he played Origin. But I feel like he might, Freddie might have loyalty, and he may just give him the nod. Gutherson and Whiten in the squad together, playing in the centres over Staggs and Crichton. It's a nightmare scenario, but it might not be beyond the realms of imagination. But yes, anyways, now Michelle's here. We've got to have it now. Another drink. Why not? Another drink for Robert the Statsman at the back. Happy 33rd birthday again, mate. Now that Michelle's here, we do another one. Oh, yeah. 33. Hey, you young, what's the word? You youngster. A young stallion. I don't know. What do they say these days? Byron Davidson, I said the same thing. You young whippersnapper, thank you. Byron Davidson, I said the same thing about the Melbourne Storm jersey. I thought, surely that would be Parramatta's Indigenous Round jersey. But anyways, I digress. Justin Quagwe, go the Storm, bring it home tonight. Indeed, I reckon the Storm have got... this in the bag. Jahrome Hughes coming back into the team. Am I supposed to be quiet for this? I'm not sure. Oh, God, my eyes still haven't recovered from... my eyes still haven't recovered from the chat room. And seeing... Gutherson and Whiten for the New South Wales Blues. Oh, man. I do apologise. I'm going to struggle with my vision after seeing that tonight. Michelle says you've got Channel 9 on, but you might drag yourself across the lounge and put on Fox. 2 minutes in, and Channel 9's got a really, really disastrous commentary team, don't they, these days? It's been a long while since I've seen a Channel 9 broadcast. Oh, the cheese is getting excited. That's not weed, mate. Calm down. Yeah, there he goes. Back in line, mate. Back in line. Gum leaves, yeah? The gum leaves. Settle down, mate. Wait till after the game. Michelle says Warriors or Knights. Oh, it's a tough one. I swore that I would never again tip the Warriors under any circumstance, but I feel like these might be the circumstances to tip the Warriors for once. Because the Knights are really, really traveling pretty badly. I don't know. Is it my volume or... Like, okay, I appreciate that everyone in the chat room, you can't hear my game audio volume. But is it just a really dead crowd? It seems so quiet there at the stadium. Are they at their usual ground, or is this somewhere new? It just seems like a really, really dead crowd. There's like no noise at all, even for GI. Like, Greg Inglis was out there, for crying out loud. Like, no matter what your thoughts are on Greg Inglis, a legend of the game, there wasn't even a reaction for him. I get the feeling they might. AAMI Park, it's just the norm. Oh, okay, so this is their normal. This is their normal ground. Vobsy, ahoy there, mate. Vobsy, we are wishing a very happy birthday to Robert, the stats man at the back. Happy 33rd birthday, Robert. Any excuse to have a chug, right? There's just the one Indigenous round, isn't there? And here we go. No, we're not underway. It's a false start. A false start there. Melbourne. And now we are underway proper. Cameron Munster with the kickoff. Man, I can't get over the crowd. Or lack thereof. There's a gerbo. We've still got a gerbo on the field. The other Trbojevics are off. They're not playing. But we're still up. A gerbo. Opening set of 6 here from Manly, up to the halfway line. Fifth and last, kick incoming. Where's Cherry Evans? There he is. Plugs the ball into the corner. Easy as you like there for Iramia. Michelle says Manly look like they have a watermelon on their jersey. Yeah, look at that. It's a chopped watermelon down the bottom. No offense, yeah. Incidentally, no offense, but I would just like to point out Melbourne are wearing I think Melbourne and Parramatta got the wrong jerseys. Melbourne received the Parramatta Indigenous jersey. And Manly, yeah, received a chopped watermelon. Okay. First penalty of the night. Surprise, surprise. It goes to Melbourne. I'm struggling to deal with this crowd. Do they get Thursday night games very often there in Melbourne? I'm just really surprised. I'm really, really surprised. There's been so much build-up all week. Backline play. Here goes Justin Olam. He's due for a big, big game. Oh, and he's still going. I'm pretty sure he was held, but he's allowed to get away with that one. Short side play. The cheese. He's gotten over his excitement of those gum leaves at the start of the game, and now he's concentrating. They're close to the line here, the Storm. Fifth and last. Jahrome Hughes is out of play. Means Munster's going to do the kicking. He's on the short side. Just dinks it in over the top. Oh, who got up there over that? Kafusi's come down with it and going to score in the corner. Of all people to score out wide, it's Kaufusi. It's 4-0 Melbourne. They couldn't have asked for a better start. Let's have a look at the touchline. And they were kicking for Xavier Coates. But somehow Kaufusi's the one that's ended up with it. Let's check the sideline. We're going to have a look. Yes, called it. We're going to have a look at the sideline. See, they should hire me. I called this live. I said we need to have a look. He should be fine. But we really do need to have a look and clear it. No, he's out. He's out. No try. Honest to God, they should just hire me for the bunker. I will do every game remotely from here. You all heard me say that live before it was called up on field, that we probably need to check the touchline. Give me the job. We should start a petition. Let's start a Wasted World of Sports petition. Give Dan the bunker job remotely for every single game. He does a better job than those on field. And a penalty here for Manly. So, scrub that try out. It's no try. Foot in touch. Bobsy's got Jahrome Hughes. You know, I actually thought about going Jahrome Hughes. I think he's going to have a big game. Coming back into the team, he would have been raring to go. And he might... Well, there's an obstruction there. Penalty Storm. So, yeah, I think Jahrome Hughes is probably a pretty good bet for anytime tries. It's Tui Pelotu I'm concerned about. I probably should have gone another Storm player. I'm really concerned about Tui Pelotu. I reckon everything else will be fine. I'm confident in the overs. I'm confident in Coates to do 2+. I'm not confident in the slightest about my pick for Manly. But anyways, they survive an early scare. The try from Felice Kaufusi wiped out. A foot in touch. But it's the Storm who have possession. 40 metres out. Short ball. Kenny Bromwich takes it up to the 30-metre line. No dummy half. Nick Meaney has to go in and pick up the pieces. Hughes has taken on the 5th again, so he's out of play for the 2nd time in a row. They're going for the exact same kick. And it's knocked on by Manly. It's going to be a set repeat here for Melbourne. Oh, Taufua with the knock on. Okay, so he's just come into the team, I believe. He's one of the ins for Manly, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have access to that information anymore, but yeah. So, James, you've got Munster and Coates anytime and Storm 1-12. Interesting. Thinking it's going to be a close game. Scrum halfway here for Melbourne. 10 metres out from the line. The cheese to Munster, who dummies and goes on his own. As easy as you like. Tries do not get much easier than that. That is worrying signs from straight through Cherry Evans as well. It's Queenslander on Queenslander. Did Cherry Evans even try to tackle him? I'm just curious. No, he didn't really. Cherry Evans. That's the weakest attempt at a tackle I've ever seen. Well, there's no chance of taking this one away for being over the sideline, so it's going to stand. 4-0 Melbourne, kick to come. Cherry Evans, what the hell was that attempt to tackle? Jeez. Yeah, so a lot of talk in the chat room about the pain in the Haas situation. It's an interesting one. Hey, look, if he wants to go, I say let him go. There is absolutely no value in keeping a player around if they don't want to be there. No value at all. So if he does truly want to go, there's not really a whole lot of point holding him to his contract. Yeah, I dare say it comes. I mean, it obviously comes down to money. I would say, 100%, it comes down to money. Somebody's been in the ear of his manager, I reckon. I don't know this with any authority. I'm just thinking realistically. Somebody's been in the ear of his manager and said, "Hey, could be earning the big bucks over here with us." And they've kind of gone, you know what? You're right. We could be earning so much more. Anyways, conversion successful for Nick Meaney. That was a while ago now. I've been distracted. The Storm are now tackle 3. 30 metres out from their own line. Starting to get a little bit expansive. Jesse Bromwich up the middle. 5th and last. Halfway line. This time, Jahrome Hughes gets the kick away. James has got a good start to the same game multi. That's nice. Awesome. I mean, a good start. I would consider it a start for myself as well. You know, 40 over 40 and a half total match points. You want a nice early try. We need to see points. Points are plenty to get over 40 and a half. So, good start for me as well. Even though it wasn't one of my try scorers, we just want to see the points flowing from both teams. 5th and last Manly now. 40 out for the Storm line. Cherry Evans puts it high. Easy as you like for Nick Meaney. Xavier Coates with a hit up, but he's run head first into Trbojevic, who's barreled in backwards. Great defense. Tackle 4, he's fallen over. Tackle 4 here, Melbourne. They're going nowhere fast in this set of 6. It's been great defense from Manly. The Cheese trying to swing the momentum, racing out of dummy half, but he can't. 5th and last, they're only up to their own 30-metre line, and that's a bit of a nothing kick from Munster. Oh, it's going to work out all right, though, is it? Knock on. No, tapped back. Kafusi throws it around the corner, and this is still play on. Manly, I think, have stopped expecting that to be called a knock on. And Melbourne have nearly scored a try. I don't understand why he didn't pass the ball there. He had an unmarked man on the outside. I feel like Manly just stopped here thinking that this was a knock-on. It's clearly gone backwards. There is not a Manly jumper in sight, but there were about 6 Melbourne Storm players in their Parramatta jerseys to swoop on the ball. They nearly scored a try out of the worst kick imaginable. I'll tell you what, that happens for Munster, though. Somehow that seems to happen for Cameron Munster. Cameron Munster put in one of the worst grubber kicks you will ever see in your entire goddamn life that Queensland ended up scoring a try off. And they're very nearly, the Melbourne Storm, that is, have very nearly scored a try off one of the worst kicks in general play that you could ever hope to see. It's amazing how things just seem to work out for that guy. Byron says it went from 3 Trbojevic brothers, then 2, then 1. What's next? I can only go ahead and assume 0, perhaps. Maybe Jake gets injured tonight. As much as I do not wish that to happen, of course. Jake is a pretty integral part of the New South Wales Blue Origin team as well, so we don't want him to get injured. Got enough goddamn injuries. Thank you. The last thing we need. More injuries. Maybe Gutherson can fill in at that. Maybe Gutherson can bloody well fill in at in the forwards. Anyway. Oh, that is a really obscure penalty here for Manly. Nothing really seemed to be happening at all, but a penalty has been blown up. So live on Sunday. Sunday, 12 a.m. Huddersfield versus Wigan in the Challenge Cup final. Go Wigan in that one. Gold Clips official. It was nice to see you, but your stay is going to be a very short one. So, welcome and see ya. 6 again here for Manly on the attack. 30 metres out. They've got an opportunity here to head back. Cherry Evans, dummies, a Falcon. That would have... I don't know who that was standing beside him, but he made him flinch. And it's a knock on. See, it's Munster, so he gets away with it. And I think that's what he's saying too. I think the Manly player is just like, come on, if that was anybody else other than Munster, that would have been a penalty to us. But because it's Munster, it's called a knock on. Munster's got the invisibility patch from the referee. Can't be seen, apparently, because he had his hands all over that one. %61% is the possession in favour of Melbourne at the moment. They will probably feel like they need a bit more than a 6-point lead on the back of that stat. They're struggling to get out of their own end. Fourth tackle now, approaching the halfway line. Kafusi is wrapped up, fifth and last, just over Manly's side of halfway. And it's Hughes now with the kick. Maybe they should have given it to Munster. Oh, they've let it bounce again, Manly. This is a nightmare for them. And now Munster puts the second kick in. Does it bounce nicely? It does. Oh, it doesn't bounce nicely enough, though. But my goodness, Manly, what are you doing to yourselves? That is the second time they've let the ball bounce, and it's nearly cost them a try. Munster collects it, puts another kick in. It just needed a kind of... I mean, it popped up nicely. It popped up nicely for Urumia, but he could only plant the ball down over the sideline. He needed the field to be an extra couple of meters wide. But Manly, my God, they need to tighten up these kick receives. Do not let the ball bounce. If you can take it on the full, take it on the full. Colin nearly gets through. That's a great tackle from Olam. Fifth and last, Cherry Evans, high ball into the corner. The kick chase is pretty much non-existent. Nick Meaney brings it back just shy of the 20-meter line. And then he's dragged back even further. And that will be a penalty. Yeah. Another relieving penalty. Oh, that's a huge clearing of the nose there. Panthers, Cowboys, tomorrow night. Time for the Cowboys to get brought back down to earth, I say. Good Lord, Lurch is on the sideline. They've hired Lurch from the Adams family to run the sideline tonight. That was an incredibly tall human being right there. Oh, here's a play for... Meaney's gone straight through. Oh, he's run away from him as Urumia. Urumia needed to stay on the outside. He went back inside. The inside ball was not on. I think Urumia's usually a center, isn't he? And maybe that's where he messed himself up. He's not used to being out there on the sideline. He wanted to get inside a little bit further. 6 again here for the Storm. Short side again still, and Munster just needs to surrender here. Tackle 2. Olam got a bit ahead of the play there. Big open side here for Jahrome Hughes, but he sends it back inside. Just a settler in front of the post. One of their favourite plays. Options left and right. They're all out to the right, though. Hughes to Meaney. Tries to step around. Cannot. Taken for tackle 4. Should be 6 again. Yes, it is. Hughes has gone in behind now as well. They're just getting the lines wrong here at the moment, Melbourne. Just getting their lines wrong. Players having to surrender so as to not give away the obstruction penalty. Here we go. This is more like it. Out to the left. Bromwich. Through 1, through 2. Gets the pass back to Munster. Jinking around in front of the post. And he's taken down. Back to the safety of that midfield area right in front of the posts. Kafusi on the short ball. Looking to crash over. But can't. That's not where they're going to get the try, I don't think. Oh, the Cheese has tried to go on his own. It really wasn't on. Hughes kicks early. And it's gone backwards, and it's Manly ball. They survive. And Melbourne just clueless there in that set. Very rushed, very headless attack there from the Melbourne Storm. You don't usually see that, let's be honest. Getting their lines all kinds of wrong. Players running through way too early, creating obstructions. And they've just had to concede that. So this one remains 6 points to 0. Cherry Evans goes long. 20 minutes gone in this one. Quarter of the way through now. Almost. No, we are. We actually are now, I think. Yes. Quarter of the way through this contest. So tackle 3, Melbourne, they're back in Manly territory. These statistics will be very interesting at halftime because it feels like possession and territory has been all Melbourne, but they only have 6 points to show for it. And that won't be good enough in their estimation. Fifth and last, 51-metre gain. Hughes goes high. That's who they want chasing through on it. It's again for Coates. Coates has jumped up and missed it completely. Completely missed the ball. And Manly get away with that one. Once again, though, Manly did not want anything to do with that high ball. Just standing back and watching it. Does not even compete. But then I suppose it's pretty hard to compete when you've got Xavier Coates' ass right in your face. And that's essentially what happened. Not a scenario that you want to be into. Ahoy there. Okay. I really want to try and say your name, but at the same time, I also don't want to be offensive when I get it horribly wrong. So, Waka Otarangi. Waka Otarangi. That was my attempt at that. Thank you. Yes, this is literally the closest I get to actually being able to watch the game. For that, I thank you, man. Not a problem. Cheers. I very much enjoy giving my alternative NRL commentary for the people. Cheers. And it feels like I've been saying this a lot tonight, but Melbourne have got the ball back again. And they receive a penalty. Melbourne back in Manly territory here. 40 out. Tackle 2. 6 points to nil. Probably not good enough at this stage. Can they get more points? I thought there was a second ball on the field, but it was just a seagull flapping around in the background. Thought I should point that out. And a loose pass here. Melbourne just not getting it right tonight so far. They've been very, very off-kilter the past few weeks. Cheese out of dummy half. 10 metres out now. Fifth and last. Short side. That was not the play I wouldn't have thought. Short side. And Jahrome Hughes is swamped. And that's going to be a handover. What is going on at the Melbourne Storm? Seriously, like, obviously Pappenhausen's out, but Jahrome Hughes is back now. Jahrome Hughes is their playmaker. He's their guy to guide them around the field. He's the halfback. That's his job. He's the leader of all the plays. And obviously it's his first game back after injury, so probably take some time to warm up, but the Storm are just looking clueless. Here's a chance now for Manly. Created space. Reuben Garrick back on the inside. Morgan Harper up to the 30. Dragged down from behind. Fourth tackle, Kaufusi not getting in the way. Good work by him. Cherry Evans does the worst dummy pass you'll ever see in your life. Nobody fell for it. And that's the fifth and last, and he's taken himself out of play, which means Foran is left to do the kicking. It's a pretty decent-looking bomb, but Munster, of all people, Munster has got up there above everybody and taken that ball right in front of the post, 5 metres out. Manly were looking good there momentarily until Cherry Evans got the ball and did that stupid dummy that fooled absolutely nobody. But now Melbourne's struggling to get out of their own end. Tackle 4, 30 out. Early kick from Munster. Reuben Garrick's back there. He's got it covered nicely. And Manly winning the territorial battle now in these past couple of sets. Tackle 2 now up to the halfway line. What can they come up with? I tell you what, if Manly score in the next couple of sets and they make it 6-all, oh, look at that. Craig Bellamy's not looking happy. Craig Bellamy is really not looking happy at all. Out of dummy half. Melbourne are on the back foot here. 5th and last now, 20 out. Midfield, options left and right. Cherry Evans tries to run and then puts a horrible grubber kick through. Oh, but it's worked out all right for him. Nick Meaney's made the mistake. And holy moly, Olakuatu with the double knock on. If he had have held on to that, though, wow. I'll tell you what, while they pack this scrum, I'll have a quick break. I'll see if I get back in time. This is a real chance for Manly. Real chance. Okay. Manly on tackle. Wow, 3 tackles are passed. I was gone for longer than I realised. Tackle 4 right in front of the post, 10 metres out. They go left. Cut out ball. 4 and is crunched. It's off Harper's legs, so it's play on. It's called a knock on. Okay, they need to challenge that because Harper has not touched it. I think there's a challenge incoming here, surely, I would dare say. Although I don't think Kieran Foran wants anything to do with this. I think that's gone backwards, surely. Well, there's no challenge. It's called forward. It remains forward. It's going to be Melbourne ball, 10 metres out. Possession is starting to even up now. Manly have just been on top the past 4 or 5 sets. Can they keep that momentum going? Melbourne will not be happy at all with a 6-0 lead. All the advantage, all the possession and territory they had early on did not equate to points. Ah. Ahoy there. Hanium Bar Vibs. Thanks. Enjoy watching from Japan. Tokyo. Kampai. Here's a break for Melbourne. Now there's points coming. Maybe. No, he can't get there. Pulled down on the 5th and last, the big fella. I don't know who it is, sorry, so I can't tell you his name. But he was a very big unit. Munster puts the kick through. They'll get a result out of this, you would dare say. Let's find out who that was, the big unit. The number 10, Tui Kamakamika. Karma Chameleon. That's who it was. It was the Karma Chameleon. The Karma Chameleon. Yeah, so Tui Kamakamika. That was racing away upfield. He couldn't quite get there. He didn't have the legs. He didn't have the pace. The Karma Chameleon. And he was dragged down from behind. Oh, look at that. He's huffing and puffing now. Oh, he's off. Actually, he's off. On the back of that, he's gone. He's like, take me off. I've had my one run for the day. I'm done. God damn it. Get me off. I need a rest. He's a big unit, though, to be fair. Big unit. So, goal line dropout. Melbourne get the ball back. Attila 81, greetings from Hungary. See, I know how to say cheers in Japanese, kampai. I have no idea how to say cheers in Hungarian, but welcome along anyways. Attila 81 from Hungary. I wouldn't have thought there'd be too many NRL fans in Hungary. Interesting. Fifth and last, inside ball, try time, Melbourne. Nick Meaney, is it? It's not Nick Meaney. Oh, inside ball. Nobody was there. I thought it was Nick Meaney, but it's not. It's definitely not. It's Chris Lewis. Oh, he's only just come on the field. That's why. And there's a try. Oh, and what? Jahrome Hughes has taken a dive for some reason. I'm not sure. Jahrome Hughes has taken a soccer dive. So that's what cheers is in Hungarian. Okay. God. Jesus Christ. Wow. Right. Cheers. 10 points to 0. Melbourne, that is a little bit more reflective of the territory and possession that they've had in this first half, especially early on. Easy as you like, the conversion from Nick Meaney. 12 points to 0. Who the hell is Chris Lewis? Who's Chris Lewis? But anyways, he was on the receiving end of an inside ball from Jahrome Hughes. There was just no defense there from Manly. $12 points now, 7.5 minutes to go until halftime. This game is just dragging on. This is just dragging on. I still don't understand why Jahrome Hughes took a soccer dive. I saw nothing happen to him. I caught that out of the corner of my eye both times, live and on the replay. Jahrome Hughes just took a soccer dive in front of the posts. He was probably just making sure that if it wasn't a try, that something had a look at. So there was something to have a look at. That's what he was doing. We're underway again here. Melbourne, tackle 3 now. Up towards their own 30-meter line. That's Chris Lewis again. Whoever the hell he is, he's certainly getting involved. Attila 81, you need 43+ points. Yeah, right. I only need over 40.5. Chris Lewis cannot be a real person. Chris Lewis does not exist. Chris Lewis is a conspiracy. Chris Lewis is actually just somebody else who's come back into the team, who's not allowed to play. They've put a moustache and kind of the beginnings of a beard on him as a disguise and given him the most generic name imaginable, Chris Lewis. And somehow it's gone past. It's got past the NRL board, and he's been allowed to play. That's what's happened. Fifth and last here, Manly. They're 20 metres out. They've got a chance, but Cherry Evans keeps doing this little jig back inside, and it's not working out. It's not fooling anybody. I don't know why he's doing it. but he's done it about 17 times already tonight. Jake Trbojevic and Kepi with big defense trying to drive the Storm backwards over their own end goal. Olam now, tackle 4. Melbourne going nowhere. And there's an early kick. That is an awful kick. It's gone down to their own 40-metre line. And Manly are going to be starting this set 35 metres out from Melbourne's line. The Cheese, those kicks out of dummy half are not Cameron Smith-like at all, are they? There's a big difference between a Brandon Smith kick from dummy half and a Cameron Smith kick from dummy half. Because, my God, that was horrible. And Manly completely on the front foot here. Walker inside ball. They come back to the open side. Cherry Evans to holy moly, Olakuatu. He's nearly through. He's dragged down. They're just 10 metres out now. Manly. Points are needed. Points could be incoming. Schuster gets away from Jahrome Hughes, but he's taken down now. Fifth and last. Do they know it's the last? He offloads. And Munster. No, it's not Munster. It's the Cheese, and he's knocked it on. And that's going to be Manly ball. No challenge. No challenge here. Cheese is well, yeah, okay. He's knocked that on. No challenge. That is a knock on. Scrum in front of the post, 10 metres out here. Whoops. I've just whacked the absolute bollocks out of my soundboard. Cherry Evans, dummies, goes inside again. And just holding on here, Storm. Manly really need points. 6 again. Points before halftime would be huge for this contest. They go wide left. Foreign. Garrick. Try. It is a try for Manly. Jorge. His name's not Jorge. I'm just being an idiot. Jorge Taufua. Try time. It's spelled Jorge, God damn it. It might be pronounced George, but it's spelled Jorge. And Jorge Taufua. Over he goes. Try. Manly are back in this contest. 12 points to 4. Kick to come. Try confirmed. Oh, the commentators are talking about Beaver Menzies. Good old Steve Menzies, the snoz. Pinocchio Menzies. Okay. And I'm Vibs. I don't know. I'm not getting involved in that chat. Reuben Garrick from the sideline. Misses. It stays 12-4. And I tell you what, what's he just done there, Reuben Garrick? Did he just have a spit into his kicking tee? Oh, did he have he didn't have a spew, did he? Did Reuben Garrick just have a sneaky... You can't have a sneaky spew into a kicking tee. There's a hole at the bottom of it. It would have just... Anyways, let's not talk about that. That's disgusting. I don't know what he was doing, though. He definitely had words, very, very close words, with his kicking tee after missing that kick. Michelle says, I hope so, and I hope Munster slips over in it. That's disgusting. Oh, that's horrible. I'll tell you what, though. Actually, I'll share that story at halftime. Someone remind me about the halftime story, because we've got 50 seconds to go in this game. I mean, not in this game, until halftime. 50 seconds till halftime. Manly are going to get one more crack at the Storm here before we go into the break. Holy moly, Alaquatu with the hit up, drawing in 3 defenders. Can't break through. He's taken down. 30 seconds to go. Tackle 3, still in their own half here, Manly. 4, and that's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. Do we have time to set the scrum? If we have time to pack a scrum, there could be an opportunity for points here for Melbourne. Oh, he wasn't expecting that. We do have time for the scrum. 14 seconds left. And they've defended it well there, Manly. 9 seconds left. Still, they will get one more play. Cheese out of dummy half. Back to Hughes. Puts the kick in. Coates racing through. But Taufua takes it. And that will be halftime. And we go to halftime. 12 points to 4 in favour of the Storm. But I tell you what, they won't really be completely satisfied with that, I don't think. Because the stats, and we will run through the stats at halftime, of course, but I feel like Manly are good value for this 8-point deficit. They're good value for this halftime deficit, I tell you what. I don't like being at halftime and having absolutely 0 points, 0 legs ticked off my same game multi. That's not a good thing. Yeah, so anyways, I was going to share this story about just talking about disgusting things happening on the field. It's not a spew story. Absolutely not my one. Disgusting things happening on the field. I think I might have shared this once before, like very early on in the Wasted World of Sports, though. It wasn't, I don't think it was something that I sort of shared now that we've got a little bit of momentum behind us. So I can share it again, because there's probably quite a few people in the chat room that that haven't heard it. So not a spew story, but equally disgusting in some capacity. So the Queensland Cup, the QRL, whatever it was called at the time, not entirely sure, but my local team, Logan City Scorpions, that's the team that I played for when I was in my juniors. Logan City Scorpions. So we were all there. The juniors always got like free entry into the games and stuff. If you played for the junior team, you got to go watch the senior team in the Queensland Cup, the QRL. So we're all there. Now, you've got to remember, I mean, it's probably exactly the same now. I'm not sure. It seems like there's a little bit more professionalism around sporting grounds and everything these days. But back then, seriously, like, this was a completely open field. Like, there were no fences separating the crowd from the field. You could just wander out there. Or anything could wander out there. So we're sitting down in the corner by the try line, and this stray dog wanders onto the field, and it's running around, and the touchies are trying to chase it off the field, and the referee's trying to shoo it away, and The ball kids are in there trying to shoo it away. It's just running across. It's having a great old time, the dog. So anyways, over it runs into the corner, still in the field of play, plays up the other end now at this point, though, but everyone's watching the dog. No one gives two bollocks about the game at this point in time. Everyone's watching the dog run around on the field, laughing it up, having a good time. Well, anyways, wouldn't you know that this stray dog pops a squat in the corner, still on the field, probably about 10 metres in from the sideline and about 10 metres from the try line. So really, any backline movements going for the try line over on this right-hand side, and you're in a little bit of trouble, you know? So everyone's gone, oh, no. So the dog's popped a squat. I still, to this day, actually don't understand why nobody... Like, surely there's some sort of baggage, you know, a paper bag or something in the changing rooms where somebody could have come out and actually, like, cleaned it up, taken the poop off the field. But anyways, it stayed there. So that just became the narrative for the rest of the game. Nobody cared about anything other than, is anybody going to get tackled or fall into the dog poop in the corner of the field? Every time somebody got down that end, there's an attacking raid down the right-hand side, and all of us are just sitting there. Oh, yeah, no! It was great fun. You know, the good old days when you could just have random fun at the sports, you know? Oh, and, you know, you used to be allowed to run out onto the field, of course. Used to be allowed to run out onto the field after the cricket, after the footy. I remember one time down the Gold Coast, I went to watch my Cronulla Sharks play the Gold Coast Giants, they were at the time, and Gavin Miller was the captain for Cronulla. So that was like, we raced onto the field as soon as the full-time siren went, swarms of people out onto the field. And I was only really little, but I've seen Gavin Miller. I've seen the number 13. And I've patted him on the back after a big 80 minutes hard slog playing footy. Little Dan's run up, jumped up behind him, and smacked him on the back of the shoulder pads to give him a pat on the back. And just... seriously, just this great big splash of sweat that was soaked into his jumper. And I've gone, oh, God. Little Dan has just gone, oh. And I'm walking around going, I can't believe. Let's just say that for the rest of my life, I never again patted a footy player on the back after 80 minutes of playing. Anyways, welcome over there, Kryptonite Kid 4101. Welcome along over there on Twitch. The majority of the people are over here on YouTube, so I would just like you to know, over there on Twitch, Kryptonite Kid, that if you hear me talking to people and reading comments and whatnot, I'm not talking to myself. I'm not crazy. I'm probably referring to somebody on YouTube, just so that you're aware. Yeah. Because there might be a scenario that happens. There might be a scenario that happens and I start talking to all these people and you're over there on Twitch on your own, presumably, and going, who's he talking to? The guy's crazy. I better get out of here. But no, I'm not completely crazy. I'm just talking to talking to the people on YouTube. But anyways, to answer your question, who else was playing for the Sharks? That was back when they had, it was Mark McCaw and Andrew Eddinghausen. They were obviously the marquee players back in that day. God, some other names are escaping me, really. Gavin Miller was the captain. Oh, God, what year would that be? When Gavin Miller was captaining the Sharks. No, Peachy, this was definitely before Peachy's time. Oh, I tell you what, though, when Peachy was around, they had such a good team. They really did. You had David Peachy at the back, Mitch Healy, Paul Green, Andrew Eddinghausen was still playing. They had a pretty sharp team there in the late 90s, the Sharks. Anyway. Let's see, Gavin Miller. Okay, so he was 86. Yeah, it would have been in that 86 to 92 period. So probably around 91. I want to say, let's just look up Cronulla Sharks 1991. Because I dare say it probably would have been around that period of time. Because coach Alan Fitzgibbon, captain Gavin Miller, and Mark McGaw was the captain at one point. So we're definitely in the right time period here. So who was playing for them? Who else leaps out? Andrew Hick. Oh, Mitch Healy was there. Okay, Mitch Healy must have just been coming through. Jonathan Docking. Oh, god damn it. Jonathan Docking. Yeah, okay, there's another name. Craig Diamond. Matthew Corkery. Greg Carberry. Good lord. I'll tell you what, though, if Mitch Healy was around in that 91 squad, he must have been so young. Alan Wilson, Malcolm Wheeler, Denny Lee. Denny Lee. I remember him, that big curly haired bugger. He was a huge unit, Denny Lee. Dan Staines. Did anyone say Dan Staines? Yeah, interesting. I'd forgotten all about Denny Lee. Used to have some good times down there at Tweed Heads. The Gold Coast Giants, the Gold Coast Sea Eagles. Going down there, catching the games whenever the Sharks would play. Dan Staines, imagine the nicknames he would have gotten. Yeah, I remember when Wally Lewis came across to the Seagulls. He was like the big marquee signing, Wally Lewis and Dale Shearer. Geez, they were old days. Those grandstands, I don't know if anybody in the chat room has been to. I don't know if anyone in the chat room's been to the old Tweed Head Stadium when it was the Gold Coast Giants, it was the Gold Coast Seagulls, and their whole rubbish disposal system there in the stands. They were old aluminum, like they were like those temporary stands that you see nowadays, but this was the actual built-in stands, and underneath was just a giant. So there was openings under the seats. There's a gap under the seats. Like you could physically get down there. Like when we were little, as kids, we could physically crawl through there if we so decided to. But it was just like a giant slide all the way down to the base of the grandstand. And people would be dropping what the idea was you would drop your rubbish down and it would just slide down to the bottom. It was easier for the cleaners to come through at the end of the night and just scoop everything out from the bottom of the rack there. But what would happen is we'd be dropping our wallets and stuff accidentally. Wallets would be falling down, shoes would be falling down, all kinds of stuff. It was a nightmare scenario. Absolute nightmare scenario it was. I'll grab the link for you there, mate. Not a problem. And while I paste that, I'm going to have myself a very quick break before we come out for the second half. We didn't go through any of the stats. I'll do that when I come back. We'll run through some of the stats when I come back. And hopefully we get it in before halftime. I got a bit distracted with stories. All right, so we didn't really get a chance to run through the stats, but I'm saying I don't think the Melbourne are going to be particularly happy with a 12-4 lead. They had 55% possession. They had 15 minutes and 20 seconds in possession with a 91% completion rate compared to Manly's 72% completion rate. They've been dominant in all the stats. They just don't have the points to show for it. And what would happen is they were getting down to the other end of the field and they would be on attack and they would just become a little bit headless. They were getting in each other's way. There were a couple of times Justin Olam overran the ball. He probably wasn't going to be the receiver. He was probably meant to be the decoy anyway, but overruns it, creates an obstruction potential. They've had to just surrender quite a few times. Manly in the stats, 10 dummy passes. I can guarantee you that was all Cherry Evans. And they shouldn't classify as dummy passes because they were fooling nobody. A dummy pass should only be given if it actually fools somebody. That's what I say. So yeah, apart from that, nothing really leaping out at me in the stats, but just the time in possession, the time spent in the opposition half, tackles inside the opposition's 20. I think Melbourne might not be too pleased with only an 8-point lead. They probably were deserving of a little bit more. Kryptonite Kid, Master Mao. Welcome along. Master Mao or Master Mao? Welcome along to the the place to be, I say. YouTube. Second half about to get underway here. Mao. Okay, Mao is in how, cow, now, wow. They've got the Nines Wide World of Sports logo on the screen. I don't think that was meant to happen. Oh, Foxtel, get your act together. Second half underway, though. And it's going to be Melbourne with first use of the footy. Hmm. 12 points to 4 only at the break. They're going to want a little bit more than that in the second half. I dare say Craig Bellamy got some steel-capped boots out for the halftime talk. And I say they went up a few buttocks. Tackle 4 here, Melbourne. Again, not really making huge amounts of yardage, but they are up towards good defense there from Manly. Fifth and last now, 40 meters out from their own line. Melbourne forced to kick here from inside the 40. Hughes, no thoughts of a 40-20. It's straight down the middle of the field. And Reuben Garrick takes it with no pressure on whatsoever. Manly starting this set 40 metres out. And the momentum just slightly, ever so slightly, just started to shift towards Manly in the back end. Here's an attempted offload, and that's a ridiculous play. Just as I was about to give them credit for the shift in momentum, as slight as it might have been, they've just gone and fired the ball away. Bromwich has dived on it, and now Melbourne in a strong position. Dylan Walker, what were you thinking there, mate? Melbourne get the ball back, tackle 3. On the attack now. They can put some points on early and really sink the Sea Eagles here. Fifth and last, now 15 out from the line. Round midfield, just to the right of the post. It's going to be 6 again here. Oh, he's tangled up. He gets away with it. Munster just dabs it in over the top, looking for Xavier Coates, who scores the try. And Xavier Coates is down with the ball. That's one of the 2 tries I need him to score. And that's a good start to the second half for Melbourne. It's a great start to the second half for my multi. It's 16 points to 4. The kick to come. And that's the start that they needed for this second half. Melbourne. Munster with the little dab in over the top. Xavier, they've not wanted anything to do with those high balls. Manly have wanted absolutely nothing to do with these contested high balls over on their left-hand edge. You just get the feeling that if they get it right, there's a lot of points incoming for Melbourne and for Coates, and that's exactly why I had Coates as 2+ tries. Manly just want nothing to do with the ball in the air over on that edge. If the Storm get it right, Xavier Coates is going to have a field day. They haven't given themselves that many opportunities up until now. The kick's only got to be as high as Xavier Coates. And it was on that occasion. Easily winning the contest in the air there. (16-4) kick to come. We need a little bit more of that. Still need to get Tuipulotu over for Manly, of course. That's the difficult one. That's the really difficult one, isn't it? The Manly try scorers. The Storm try scorers in usual circumstances kind of pick themselves, don't they? But it's those Manly try scorers. That's a difficult one. Anyways, Nick Meaney sizing this one up. About 5 meters in from the sideline. Curving back around. Kick is successful. It's 18 points to 4. And now, Melbourne just opening up that gap again. Starting to look a little bit more good value for the early possession and territory that they enjoyed. So that's over. So I've got, on my 3-leg multi, I've got overs. Over 40.5. I've got Coates 2+, and I've got Tuipulotu. I kind of instantly regretted Tuipulotu as soon as I put the bet on, to be perfectly honest. I went, I should have brought another Melbourne player into this. Coates 2, another Melbourne player. That's what I should have done. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Manly don't score again, basically, in this contest. If Melbourne get themselves close enough, they're just going to pepper that edge with high balls, and Coates is going to have a field day. But at the moment, Manly are doing a good job of making sure they don't get close enough. Forcing Hughes into the early kick. And it's a nice kick. Garrick letting it bounce. Coates is all over him. Uramia now and Hughes to tidy up. And Melbourne, not for the first time tonight, an absolutely awful kick has worked out quite all right for them. And now Manly struggling to get out of their own end. Tackle 4. 30 metres out. Now they're running it through the hands. Hughes one-on-one. Wasted World of Robert says, Wasted World of Sports. Anna Banana, appreciate. Oh, did I miss a chat message? Did I miss a chat message when I was bollocksing on with all my stories earlier? Oh, on Discord. On Discord. Appreciate this dude streaming the game. Couldn't find anywhere to watch it. Okay, nice message on Discord. There we go. Okay. I'm with it now. I'm with it. Oh, and another kick that Manly have wanted nothing to do with. It's kicked through again, and this is another try here. No, he's made a complete meal of that. Seve, what's he done? I think Seve thought he was up the other end of the field and needed to tap it dead. He needed to try and plant it down, but he's just gone whack. Just needed to go through the hands there. The kick was not on. Just go through the hands. But Manly are making this very, very difficult for themselves. They want nothing to do with the high ball on that left-hand edge, do they? Nothing at all. And they are really just making their life so difficult. Holy moly, Olakau'atu takes the ball up to the 30-metre line for Manly. Second tackle. Plenty of opportunity. Oh, running in behind his own man. Got to be careful doing that. Still tackles up their sleeve. Manly, short side play. Cherry Evans is out there. There's Holy moly again. He just can't penetrate tonight. They've contained him quite well. Reuben Garrick taps it on. That was the most casual tap on. It's worked out all right for them. They've got the ball fifth and last now. Foran dinks it in towards the post. He's looking for the crossbar. He gets the crossbar. This is play on. It's going to be knocked out by the Storm. And there's going to be a penalty here for something. Penalty to Manly for an escort. He purposely kicked for the post. And look at that dink straight off the crossbar and then into the face of the chaser. Manly hot on the attack. Offloading, keeping the ball alive. Tackle 2, 10 metres out. Plenty of tackles up their sleeve. Plenty of time here for more points. Oh, Olakau'atu. He's lost the ball, but there is going to be a penalty. Well, it's a strip. It's a ball strip. Too many in the tackle. I thought he had dropped it cold, but lucky for him, it was Justin Olam with the strip. More pressure for Melbourne. Oh, that's a horrible pass. Well done by Morgan Harper there to trap it with his foot and bounce it up into his own hand. Because that was a shocker of a pass. and he could easily have knocked that on. Walker takes it in front of the post, tackle 3, 5 meters out. He doesn't look comfortable, Walker. Oh, we've got a knee injury. A knee. Do we have... Oh, who was in the tackle? Oh, please tell me that was the Cheese, just for added controversy to this contest. Because, you know, the Cheese has been all over the reports for his tackling technique going straight. It was the Cheese! It was the Cheese! Oh, that's great! Bring on the controversy! Bring on the controversy. The Brandon Smith tackling technique has certainly been in the headlines over this past week. And now Brandon Smith makes another tackle, and we've got a player down with a knee injury. By the looks of it, his knee was already buggered up coming into this contest, so read into it whatever you will. But I was just keen for the controversy, keen for the headline. Brandon Smith injures another knee. What's happened there? The ball has just popped up into the air. And Cheese comes away with it. Whatever the hell just happened there, Melbourne survive. And they've got the ball. Oh, he's passed it straight into Morgan Harper's head. We got a Falcon. Nice. There's been a threat for a Falcon all night. It's finally happened. Nick Meaney bringing it out now, tackle 3. Will there be a kick? No. Jahrome Hughes has to step. He's going to get caught on the 5th and last again, which means look for Munster. What can Munster come up with on the kick? 5th and last. On halfway. A high ball. Deep, deep. And they actually caught it on the full. I can't believe it. That was one that they actually probably could have let bounced, but... Manly now bringing it out from their own end. Tackle 3. Out of dummy half. Nice little dart there. 4th tackle. 40 meters out from their own line. Foreign kicks it from inside the 40. He's got a great angle on it. Meaney covers it off nicely, though. It was a great attempt at a 40-20, though. 28 minutes to go. 18-4. Storm with the ball. Coates bringing it out. Caught on his own 20-meter line for tackle 2. Meters are difficult to come by here for Melbourne. All night, really. Apart from a couple of stages of dominance, coming out of their own end has been quite difficult, and that's what they need. Justin Olm just puts the head down. Heads down, bum up, and he tries to rampage straight through. And they're 5th and last, up to the halfway line. Hughes with the kick. Oh, and he's made a complete meal of this. Morgan Harper, is it? No, it's not. It's my guy, Tuipulotu. Oh, he's made a complete hash of that. Don't need that from you, mate. We need you up the other end scoring a try. And that maybe this is why Manly are not catching the ball on the full tonight, huh? Maybe this is the reason why. They're bloody awful at it. Made a complete meal of that. It's only about the 2nd or 3rd time all night that they've attempted to catch the ball on the full, and that's what's happened. Oh, oh no. He's fallen all over himself. Big opportunity here for Melbourne. Scrum, 10 metres out midfield. They go left. Munster to Olam. Olam dummies the offload, but he is taken down on tackle 1. 5 out. Right on that left-hand edge. So they've got plenty of space to work with to the right, but they just have a settler with Bromwich. Midfield tackle 2, 10 metres out. Sticking with the right-hand side. Munster to Hughes. Hughes is collared, and that's a knock on. And that'll be a penalty to boot. And Manly are going to be piggybacked upfield here. Great defence from Manly. Great defence. Showing that they're not completely done here yet tonight. They get to start the set now. 40 out from their own line. I'd be pretty happy if Tui Pelotu got a try, to be perfectly honest. That's the one I'm really nervous about. Tui Pelotu scores, makes it 18-10. I can tick that one off. Oh, Munster's intercepted the ball. Never mind. Was it a one-on-one strip or was it an intercept? Anyways, Munster's got the ball. No matter what happened there, whether it was a strip or an intercept, Munster's come away with the ball. Storm now turning the momentum on its head once again in this contest. Tackle 3, 30 metres out. Hughes, quick play the ball. Cheese out of dummy half. To Munster. Steps inside one. Shrugs off another and is taken down by Holy Moly, I think it is, on the 5th and last. Right-hand side, Hughes with the high ball. This is... Oh, that's a terrible kick. But Xavier Coates gets up there. Wins the contest. Manly did not even challenge it again, but the kick was not close enough to the try line to be any threat whatsoever. Jahrome Hughes, he probably would like that one over again. But Xavier Coates winning unchallenged in the air. They're just not quite getting it right tonight, Melbourne. Not quite. And it's a one-on-one strip again from Munster, and he's going to score. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. It's the Cameron Munster show tonight. It's the Munsters. And once again, Manly think they're going to be bringing the ball out of danger and be on the attack, and Cameron Munster says, no way. It is the Cameron Munster show here in AAMI Park. Melbourne, 22-4, kick to come. It's a piece of piss kick. It's about to be 24-4. And that's definitely looking a lot more like the scoreline should be on the back of the possession and territory. Starting to show now. The statistics are really starting to show for Manly, and more importantly for Melbourne. Try confirmed. Cameron Munster tonight tries 1, says Fox Sports. I'm pretty sure that's not correct. I'm fairly certain he scored the first try as well. I think they got that a little bit wrong. James Intox sums it up very nicely. No matter if you like or hate Munster, he's a great player. And he's going to be a handful for New South Wales. Absolutely. Look, at the end of the day, we love the banter. We love to give the opposition a hard time constantly. But it's all part and parcel, isn't it? It's all part of the whole experience. At the end of the day, you've got to acknowledge good play when you see it, and you've got to acknowledge good players when you see it. Credit where credit's due. Valk, RBLX, Storm are back. Just imagine the full squad was here. We would be seeing 40. Yeah, you've got to remember that Tommy Turbo, as you said there, Valk, Tommy Turbo is also out. Tommy Turbo is a very, very big out. I would dare say Tommy Turbo is a much bigger out than any of the Melbourne players tonight. Anyway, they've got a lot of guys back tonight, Melbourne, as well. So, yeah, Manly are in just a little bit of trouble, Manly. You know, Tommy Turbo's out for the season. They need to come up with a way to win contests with him gone. Penalty here for Melbourne. The Cheese has had his block knocked off. Apparently. Oh, God damn it. Was that a high tackle? Come on. Was that a high shot? Anyways, it's a penalty. Who cares at this point, really? I mean, Manly were never going to win this game. Karma Chameleon takes it up for tackle 1. Melbourne on the attack again here. What can they come up with? I dare say the play is going to be a high ball to Xavier Coates. Although Coates has taken the run here. And, oh, he's taken 20 metres out. Tackle 2. Jesse Bromwich in midfield. Just a little settler. And a one-on-one strip to boot. Manly get the ball back. Garrick with the hit up. Manly. Can they hold on? Manly saying, Munster, you can do it. We can do it too. The one-on-one strip, they get the ball back. Cherry Evans, again, the steps, those ridiculous jinx and dummies that are fooling absolutely nobody. I don't know what he's thinking tonight, Cherry Evans. Is he playing hurt, or I don't know what the hell's up with Cherry Evans tonight, but yeah, he's had a very interesting game. Fifth and last now, Cherry Evans from inside the 40. Taken on the fall. Nick Meaney brings it back for Storm. And this game's just sort of going through the motions now. Oh, Munster, dummies. Good thing he did, because it would have been about 40 metres forward to Justin Olam. Kafusi up to the 40-metre line. Manly territory on tackle 4. They are going to be on the attack here. Cheese is off. Fire up the lines. Cheese is off. Meaney, dummies. Almost sneaks his way through. Fifth and last. Big open side to the right. Look for the kick to Coates. No, the kick is through for Hughes. Hughes, is he bumped off? No, it's play on. Caught. It is a penalty. It is a penalty for the bump on Jahrome Hughes, and that's surely got to be a sin bin. If it's a penalty, which I don't think it was, it's got to be a sin bin. Oh, jeez. Don't know about that. He did lean over. He did sort of lean over to his left, didn't he? I'll tell you what, though. If that's a penalty, I'm sorry, that's got to be a professional foul and 10 in the bin. And yeah, he has. From that angle, he has definitely run off his line, and that's a fair penalty. Karma Chameleon, 5 metres out on tackle 1. Storm on the attack again. Now Bromwich. He's had a quiet night, but he gets close to the line now. A metre short. Tackle 2. Dummies. Goes himself. Oh, he's tried to dive over from dummy half there. Is that Wishart that's on now? Munster to Meaney. Kenny Bromwich now. Trying to play in the back line. Leave that to the backs, mate. You just do what forwards do. Munster didn't really know what to do there. Wishart it is on the field. keeping the ball alive here. It's still the fourth. 6 again. It's now 0 tackle. Karma Chameleon takes it up for tackle 1. They got a 6 again there for inside the 10. And they can reset. Wishart dummies and then nearly falls over his own feet there. Oh, that was a disaster piece there for Wishart. Hughes dummies and is taken. One-on-one strip attempt. Unsuccessful this time for Manly. Tackle 3. Munster inside ball to Bromwich. That's more like it, Bromwich. Forget the backline plays. Just put your head down and try and barrel over. That's the way forwards do it. Wishart, dummies. Out the back to... Munster's created space again. He wants a third. Munster wants a hat-trick. He also wants a penalty, but he can't milk it. It's the 5th and last. Hughes looking for the kick across. He's overcompensated this time. Hughes, the kick was too short last time to Xavier Coates. This time he's overcompensated, and it was way too deep into the end goal. And this has cost him in my... Jahrome Hughes' kicking game is costing me my multi tonight. God damn it. Still plenty of time to go in this one as far as multis go. It's goal line dropout anyway for Manly, and they've gone short. They've gone way, way too short. Way too short. That would have been short if it only needed to go 1 meter instead of 10. That was a terrible dropout. Cherry Evans is really off his game tonight in all facets. He must have been out on the Terps last night, Cherry Evans, and he's nursing a hangover. my go-to line whenever anyone has a bad game is they were obviously out on the piss the night before. And Cherry Evans is playing very hungover indeed. 15 minutes to go here in this game. 24-4 Melbourne. Melbourne tackle 1. They're a metre out from the line. Hughes with the cutout ball to Meaney. Short ball to Bromwich. It was just a little bit forward. But who cares at this point? Give him the try. Give him the try. It was only about 17 metres forward. But at this point, who cares? 28-4 Melbourne. Kick to come. Bromwich... Forget the backline plays, Bromwich, that's what you need. And that was just a little bit on the forward side. Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe just ever so slightly forward pass. But it's a try for Melbourne, 28-4, kick to come. Yeah, Master Mao, it was only about 7 metres forward. I've brought it back by 10 metres. It was very forward, this pass. Look at this. Look at that pass. That was so forward. That was so goddamn forward. That is crazy. That angle, that last angle that we just saw there, favours the Storm. But, wow, that's about as far forward as you can possibly throw a pass without NFL quarterback in it. Anyways, the bunker can't rule on forward passes, so it's all irrelevant. Unless it was called on field. The bunker is not allowed to rule on forward passes, so try. 28-4, kick to come. And Meaney hooks it left. Missed conversion, 28 points to 4 it stays. 13 minutes to go in this one. Here's another replay. Hughes cut out ball to Meaney, and that is so goddamn forward. Oh, wow, I can't believe how forward that pass was. Wow, that was a big forward pass. Anyways, it's on the board. 28 points to 4. Melbourne over Manly. Back underway. A low kickoff. Hughes covers it. And Karma Chameleon brings it out to the 10-meter line. And it's a one-on-one strip. It's Manly ball. Another one-on-one strip in this game. Oh, great work there from the Storm defense. They shut that down because it was on there for Manly. The passing just needed to be a bit more slick. Aioli Sauce with the hit up. 15 meters out. Tackle 3. To the right-hand side. Cherry Evans doing that stupid little jink again. What the hell is the deal with Cherry Evans tonight? He also... Oh, who was that got tackled? They had a big leg spasm. Gerbo to Foran. Foran with the cutout ball to Tui Pelotu. Tui Pelotu with the try. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The multi's on. Multi's back on. Multi is back on. The multi's on, folks. Tui Pelotu is over. It's a try for Manly. Tui Pelotu. It's on. If Xavier Coates scores another try, that's going to take us over 40 and a half, and it's going to tick off every leg in my multi. There's 11 and a half minutes to go. This one is not over yet. Well, I mean, the game's over, but I mean, my multi is not done. My same game multi is not done and dusted just yet. Oh, try confirmed. Yes, 28 points to 8, kick to come. Oh, it's on. It's on. A converted try for Xavier Coates. And we can tick off my same game multi. And I'll be a very happy camper. Difficult conversion coming up here for Reuben Garrick. I'm going to make a prediction that he misses it. But we'll see. I'll have a quick break. I'll be back. Oh, look at that. I was right. Conversion missed. 28 points to 8. It remains. But the best news, that is probably the hardest leg of the multi ticked off. We've got 10 and a half minutes to go to get Xavier Coates across the line for a converted try and get all the legs of the multi. Mm-hmm. 10 minutes left. Tackle 3, Manly. 20 meters out from their own line. Expansive play. All juggled by Garrick, but he reels it in. Holds onto it. Is getting very close to the sideline here. Held. Tackle 4 on halfway. Tuipulotu out of dummy half on the 5th and last. They're up to the 40-meter line. 57-meter gain on that set of 6 after points is a good result for Manly. Cherry Evans with the spiral bomb. Meaney's under it. Meaney takes it. Nine and a half minutes to go. I'll tell you what, wouldn't it be a slap in the face? Wouldn't it be a slap in the face for me if it's an unconverted try? Oh, here we go. Here's a break for Melbourne. No, he's reeled in from behind. Just pulled down by the coattails there, Urumia. Out of dummy half, though, Wishart to Munster. Dummies. Probably should have passed it. Fifth and last. Wishart back to Hughes on halfway. Hughes with the high ball. Manly have wanted nothing to do with these all night. But this time, Tuipulotu takes it. 8.5 minutes to go. Time, you're starting to feel the time pressure now. Basil Dubanaba, or Dobanaba, Basil Dobanaba says DCE will do such silly mistakes in Origin Game 1. Trust me, retire already. Not a fan of the Cherry Evans there. Basil is not a Cherry Evans fan, I'm taking it. MPSHS podcast, Parramatta and Canberra this Sunday is going to be the best game of the round. We shall see. We shall see. Manly have got the ball here. 8 minutes to go. Up over halfway goes Croker, fifth and last. Cherry Evans. High ball into the corner again. No pressure on the kick receipt here again for Nick Meaney. Well, actually, Oates has taken it. Oates has come in and taken it. But absolutely no pressure on the kick chase. I dare say that Melbourne have closed up shop here with a 20-point lead. They're probably not going to do too much. There's probably not going to be too much ball play for the next 7 minutes. So the Maltese looking a little bit in danger. You know, teams, 7 minutes to go, a 20-point lead. There's probably not a lot of... Craig Bellamy doesn't look very pleased, though. So maybe they want to do something to please Bellamy. Olam is chopped down by the ankles on tackle 5. 40 metres out. Munster, high ball. Kick chase pressure, but Reuben Garrick is up to the challenge. And away they come here, Manly. Kohler. Tackle 2. This game just winds down now. Just going through the motions, both teams. Oh, juggle. Reels it in, Manly. Tackle 4. Jahrome Hughes is not happy. But he reeled it in there for Manly. Play on. Fifth and last. More pressure. No, actually, yes, they've allowed it to bounce. And Coates takes it on the bounce. They're at the absolute wrong end of the field here, Melbourne. Tackle 2, 10 metres out from their own line. They've got a long way to go. Jahrome Hughes is off. Hughes has come off. Brandon Smith is back on. Tackle 4 here, Olam. Melbourne are going nowhere, but really, they're not even trying anymore. They're really not even trying. Fifth and last, 30. Whoop, offload. Karma Chameleon. Fifth and last. They've gone absolutely nowhere. They don't even care at this point. They are just winding down this last 5 minutes here, Melbourne. Munster with the high ball. Garrick takes it on the full. The only one of the Manly backline who's really wanted to attack the high balls and take it on the full. Robert M says, with Penrith getting a new stadium next year, Dan, do the Panthers play at Combank Stadium and make it a home game? I have no idea what they do, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, absolutely no idea. Garrick with the kick. It's way too deep. Melbourne have got 4 minutes and a 7-tackle set here to try and make something of this. A converted try to Xavier Coates would be fantastic. That'd be absolutely brilliant. And here he is, Xavier Coates now, bringing the ball up with the first hit up. Tackle 1. 30 metres out from their own line. Karma Chameleon takes it up towards halfway. Tackle 2, 40 metres out. Just over their own 40-metre line. Whoa, big play ball there. Cheese had to reach backwards under his legs to pick that ball up. And I just get the feeling that Melbourne, they're not even trying anymore here. Cheese out of dummy half. Munster on the short side. Bromwich pokes his nose through. Can't get the offload away. Tackle 4. Staying on the short side. They see a threat. No, Munster comes back to the open side. Nothing doing. Meaney on the cutback. 5th and last. All right. Now, high ball to Xavier Coates. Come on. You know you can do it. No, they go the short side. And it's reeled in. Holy moly, Olakuatu reels that ball in. And it's a knock on. And holy moly, Olakuatu's down. He's hurt his knee. Did Brendan Smith tackle him? Just out of curiosity. So it's been called a knock on by Melbourne on field. Manly will get the ball back with 2.5 to go. They're challenging this one, though. And that's a knock on. So challenge unsuccessful. And it will be Manly ball. Well, it hasn't really gone forward and hasn't really gone backwards. It's just sort of gone, hasn't it? But anyways, challenge not successful. Yeah, 2.5 minutes to go in this game. 28-8. Manly are definitely out of the contest, but I mean, it would be nice if they did me some favors on the old same game multi. Cramp only for Holy Moly Olakuatu, so that's good news for him and good news for Manly. They can't really afford any more injuries. So 2.5 minutes to go. Melbourne leading by 20. This game in the bag. It's just a matter of by how much now. 36 points. A converted try by Xavier Coates gets me my same game multi. Or just a converted try by anybody, really. I get my bet back. So that'd be as good a result as any. And Manly it is creating space. Harper doesn't give it, though, to Tuipulotu. Tackle 4 now, 20 metres out. Manly could have the last say here. Schuster out the back to Cherry Evans, who is cut down by Munster. Cherry Evans has been completely shut down tonight. 5th and last, Foreign, high ball. Coates gets up there above everybody and takes it. All right, 1.5 minutes. This is it. This is the last set of 6 now. It has to happen. This game is over, so all we care about is the same game multis. Can we get a same game multi across the line? I get the feeling that Melbourne aren't even going to try and score a try. They're just going to run this out. Tackle 4, the yardage is just not forthcoming. They're only 30 metres out from their own line here. Tackle 5 now, a long way from the try line. There's no threat with the high ball. Munster, though, plugs it into the corner. There we go. Just running the clock down. And you just get you got that impression. I mean, they had absolutely nothing to play for. They had the game won. The game was done and dusted in the bag. They really didn't need to try anything too much, did they? And 15 seconds to go. All we can hope for now is some sort of very, very random intercept. 6-5 for Cherry Evans. What's he going to do? Out the back to Foran. Manly are going to have the last say in this game. Intercept could be on here, though, to be fair. The intercept could be on for Xavier Coates. Dummies. Offload. Knock on. And that's the game. There we go. 28 points to 8. Full time here at AAMI Park. A very dead and quiet AAMI Park. There were more seagulls flying around over the stadium than there were people in the grandstands. It was a very, very quiet, somber affair. But Melbourne have won this game 28 points to 8. There we go. Multi shot to pieces. It's another loss, but it's a win in the tipping. So at least there's that. All right. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. My apologies. There's not going to be much of a post game tonight. I'm not going to do too much of a rundown. We do, of course, have the doubleheader tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing those of you that I end up seeing tomorrow for the big doubleheader. Panthers, Cowboys, Broncos, Titans. Right here on Wasted World of Sports, alternative NRL commentary. So I hope to see you then for those games. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. I'll catch you tomorrow. Once again, happy birthday to Robert, our stats man at the back. Happy 33rd birthday. And we're going to sign off with another birthday salute to Robert M., the stats man at the back. Cheers. See you tomorrow. Happy birthday, Robert.